Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you how to make this beautiful tight waist short bubu gown. With just 3 yards of fabric, you can achieve this gown. This is what it looks like at the back. It has belts at the side that you use to create the tight waist in front, that snatched waist line in front. This is really beautiful, and you will agree with me that this gown has been trendy for some time. So if you are new to my channel and you have not subscribed yet, please click on the subscribe button to subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. And please like this video, share this video with your friends and family, and please drop nice comments in the comment section. So without wasting time, let's get started with the video. Thank you. So here is the Ankara fabric we're working with, and then I also have two pieces of ashoke. Ashoke comes in about 70 inches in length, so I have two pieces here. So the first thing I went ahead to do is to fold the Ankara fabric into 4 equal parts. I used the yardage area and I folded it into 4 equal parts, okay, because we're going to be drafting the front and the back together. And still from this fabric, we're getting the down part of our gown, which is the gathered part. Okay, so I folded it into 4 equal parts. We're going to draft the upper part of the gown, and we'll use the down part of the wrapper, that's of our Ankara fabric, to create the gathers at the down part. So please take note that I folded the entire 3 yards of fabric into 4. So with that being said, then first I'm going to mark the shoulder line, which is the starting line. Okay, so the part facing me is going to be my center front, and the part facing the other side will serve as the side front and the side back. So this part I'm touching is my center front and center back. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and mark my starting point, which is the shoulder line. Having marked the shoulder line, next I'm going to mark the neck width. I'm working with a neck width of 3 inches. So from the center front, I mark 3 inches. Next, I'm going to mark the shoulder measurement divided by 2. That's half of the shoulder measurement, which is 8. So from that 8 inches, which is the shoulder measurement, I'm going to mark the sleeve length. The sleeve length is 13 inches. We are going to have a ashoke attached to the hem of the sleeve. So I will subtract the ashoke length. So 13 minus 3 inches, which is our ashoke, that's going to leave me with 10 inches. So I added half inch for joining the ashoke, so I marked 10.5. So at this point, I came down by 1.5 for the shoulder slant. Then I'm going to use my straight ruler to connect to the neck width, just like this. Can you see? I now have the shoulder slant. So from this shoulder slant, I'm going to mark the sleeve opening. So the sleeve opening I'm working with is 9.5. That's the sleeve opening, plus 1 inch for stitching the sides, and then plus half inch for joining the shoulders. So that's going to give me a total of 11 inches. So here I marked 11 inches. So I'll go ahead and connect this point like this. So draw out the sleeve opening just like this. Okay, so having done that, at this 11 inches, I'm going to just draw out the line to the center front. So now this line will serve as the bust line. That's where I'm going to enter the bust measurement. So on this line, I'm going to mark the bust measurement divided by 4, and I marked it here. Then next, I'm going to add 2 inches for ease to create that bubu effect, and then 1 inch for my stitching allowance. So that's a total of 3 inches. So that means I added 3 inches on this bust line. Okay, 2 inches is for ease, and then 1 inch is for the sewing allowance, so that makes it 3 inches. So next I'll place my tape from the shoulder line, and then I'll mark the hip line. So from shoulder to hip line is 25 inches. Then next I'm going to add extra 3 inches to that. Okay, the full length of the gown we are making is 39 inches in total. Okay, but you know we have gathers at the down part, so this upper part is going to be 28 inches. Then the down part will make up the remaining length to give us our 39 inches. So now on the hip line, I mark the hip measurement divided by 4 plus the same 3 inches I added on the bust line, and I'm doing the same thing at the 28 inches. That's the full length of the upper part, and then I'll use my straight ruler to connect the points like this. As you can see, you see, so now at this sleeve area, I'm just going to create a curved shape like this. You don't want to leave it sharp. Okay, so I'll just create a curved shape just like this. So now having done that, the next thing we're going to do is to mark our pockets. This gown is a cut together with pockets. You can see that with 3 yards you can achieve a lot. So now to cut our pocket out, from the shoulder line I marked 17 inches downwards, which is the waistline, and then next I'm going to mark on the hip line here. Okay, so this is our hip line. Okay, so now the next thing to do is to create the pocket. So I'm just going to place my hand and draw out the curve like this. Just watch carefully what I'm doing. You want to make sure that this pocket is comfortable, okay, that your hand can go in well. So now you can see that from that hip line I came down with about 1 inch just to curve it downward, and then I blended it back to the hip line. That's where the pocket is supposed to stop. Okay, so you notice I just curved it out. So now this remaining down part is going to be where we'll get our gathers from, the remaining length of 11 inches. Okay, then plus our hemming allowance and the rest. So this is it. So I just straightened it out because that part you don't want to touch it. You're going to cut it out later. So next we'll go ahead and mark our neck width of 3 inches, which you already did. Then the neck depth of 1 inch. So this neck depth of 1 inch is for the back. Okay, so having drawn that out, I'll also mark the neck depth for the front. But the neck depth for the front, remember, it just goes all the way down there with our shoki. So now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come down to the chest line, that's to the bust line. Okay, so before I come down to the bust line, I'm just going to create a round neckline here just for formality's sake. We're not working with this, so that this will be like a guide. So now on the chest line here, I'm going to mark 2 inches. Remember, my fabric is on fold 2 inches, and I'll do the same thing. Mark 2 inches at the hem here, mark it at the hip line, and then mark it all across. So I'll go ahead and connect with my straight ruler like this. So I haven't connected with my straight ruler. So from that chest line, I'm going to connect it to the neck width of that 3 inches. So now this is now our front neckline. You see why I said the marking the neck depth in front was just for formality. It's just giving us a guide. Okay. So I'll go ahead and cut out the back neckline since the back neckline is higher. Then I'll take out the shoulder slant. I'm not going to fast forward this side. I want us to see what I'm doing. Then I'm just cutting out the sleeve area. This is it. Then we'll take the curve. Just follow the curved shape this way. Just follow it gently. Okay, so for this down part, just cut it out straight like I'm doing. Because you're going to make use of this for your gathers. Make sure you are cutting it out straight. Don't even mistakenly cut it shabby. Make sure it is straight. So now I'll take off the side of the pockets at the down part here. So this is what our pocket looks like. So now I'll separate the front from the back. So you see these pieces I have here. I'm going to get my belt from it. Okay, so I'll separate the front from the back, and then we'll cut out the front neckline. So make sure to fold it properly so that they are even. Let the two sides be even. Okay, so I'll take out the front neckline all the way down. So once we are done with this, now we'll measure the neckline. Okay, that's the part we're going to have our shoki. So here I folded my back piece into two. Then you see how I'm placing them together. Just align them together like this. Okay, place it like you are placing half inch over half inch. That half inch will be using to join them together. Just place it this way. Make sure it's sitting well. Then go ahead and measure. Okay, so from the center back now, I'll measure all the way to the front and then down to the hem here. So I have about 33 inches. Also remember that our fabric is on fold. So this 33 inches we have it on both sides. So that's 66 inches. So I can add extra maybe 3 or 4 inches to it so that we can trim out our excess when we are done stitching. So this is our shoke fabric. So can you see how I'm folding my shoke into two? Now ashoke, this length of ashoke, that's the width now, I'm talking about the width, is 6 inches. So when we fold it into two, it's just 3 inches. So remember that from the center front, when we were cutting out the center front, I cut out 2 inches. Okay, so 2 inches, whatever the ashoke, whatever you cut out from the center front, add 1 inch to it on the ashoke. So this is 2 inches on fold. So now my ashoke is plus 1. So that's going to be 3 inches on fold. Please take note of this. I cut out 2 inches on fold. For the ashoke, I'm going to get 3 inches on fold. Unfortunately for me, my ashoke is 6 inches in width. So when you fold it into two, so that's 3 inches already. Okay, so now I folded my ashoke into four. That's the 66 inches plus. I folded it into four. to get the neck depth. That's the opening for the head. Okay, and I'm using an opening for the head of 14 inches. So please work with yours depending on how deep you want the neckline to be. So for me, I'm working with 14 inches, which is 14. The 14 inches is about 4 inches, sorry, 3 inches above the chest line. So I marked 14 inches on the ashoke. And now watch carefully. I opened up the ashoke like this, and then place them right side facing right side, leaving that 14 inches opening. Okay, so I took this to my machine and I stitched at the center, at the middle. That's to join the two sides of the ashoke together. Can you see? And then at the middle, so this is the opening for the head. So make sure that when you are sewing, it's centralized. You must do it in the middle so that your ashoke is well aligned. I hope that this is really clear. So now the next thing we're going to do is to join the shoulders of the front and back pieces. So join them at the shoulder area. Place it right side facing right side on both sides, and then join the shoulders. Okay, so I'm done joining the shoulders of the front and back. So now this is it. Can you see how I placed it? I placed it on fold. Right side of the front facing right side of the other side of the front, and I did the same thing for the back. This is so that we can get the middle, that's the center back. So please make sure that it is well aligned. So here I'll notch the center back like this. So this is it. This is our center back. I've notched it. So next, I'll bring in the ashoke. We already joined at the middle. So now I'll also get the midpoint of the ashoke. Just fold it into two like this. So this is not the side I joined, the side that I didn't join now. And you see, I'm just notching. You know, remember we joined it at the center. So we are notching the other side, the side that is still open. Okay. So having notched the middle like that, then next, I'm going to place the ashoke over the fabric, okay, over the main bubu. Place it on the right side of the outfit. Place the ashoke on the right side of the gown. Okay, so place it right side facing right side, and then make sure that the notched point aligns. That's the center. This center is very important so that this will help your ashoke sit well at the middle. So when I place it at the center, I pin the center, I'll go ahead and also pin all the way down. Just pin one side now. Can you see what I'm doing? So pin from the center back down to the end of the front on one side. And you see, so this is the excess I added to my ashoke. So like I said, I'll be trimming out the excess. So don't cut exactly the length you get. That's the 33 inches we get. If you cut exactly that, you may have a shortage. So it's not even wise to do that. So now you can see I've pinned on one side. So now I'll also pin to the other side. Okay, so I'm going to stitch from the center front down to one end, and then I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. So this other side, just like I pinned the other side, I'm just going to also repeat the same thing. Pin it from the center back down to the center front. Just follow it the way it is. Okay, so pin it, and then I'll take this to my sewing machine and stitch them. Okay, so the parts where I pinned are the points where I'm going to be stitching. So I'll stitch it all the way and then come back and show us what we have. So I'm done stitching the ashoke. This is what it looks like on the reverse side. That's the wrong side. And this is what it looks like on the right side. And I've also trimmed out my excess ashoke from the hem. Okay, and you can see it's really laying flat and beautiful. So now the next thing to do is to stitch the ashoke we're going to have at the sleeve opening. So this is the sleeve area. So this is my leftover ashoke. I'm just going to fold it into two, just like I did for the center front. And then I'm going to stitch on 1/2 inch. Okay. So I'll join them together. So I'll join it to the main fabric, stitching on 1/2 inch. I will cut out the remaining and then also place on the other side and then also stitch the same thing. Okay. So I'll go do that. Okay, I'm done sewing the ashoke to the hem of the sleeve, and this is it. You can see it's beautiful. So the next thing to do now is to fix the belt and close up the sides. So now I'm going to place my fabric right side facing right side, but I'm going to have my belts in between. So this is the belt I cut out from the excess fabric we had at the side. So it was about 28 inches, so I had to join it to increase the length of the belt. The belt is 45 inches, so just join it neatly and you will have a very neat outcome. So this is me placing the belt 1/2 inch above the pocket, 1/2 inch above the pocket, and I'm pinning it to the right side. Okay, to the right side of the front. I'll do the same thing on the other side. So I'll place it 1/2 inch above the pocket area and then secure it with my pin. So having done that, the next thing to do now is to shape the gown. That's to close up the sides. So you can see, so just pin it so that by the time we're closing up the side, we can sew the belt alongside the bubu at the same time. Okay, so now just shift the belt inside so that it doesn't interrupt your stitching at the side. And then I'll place the back right side facing right side of the front like this, and then I'm going to shape on 1 inch, which is the sewing allowance I added, right? So I'm going to mark 1 inch. So I'm pinning all my points. First of all, you want to pin it, secure it with your pin so that everything sits very well. So after securing with my pins, so I'm marking my 1 inch stitching allowance starting from the sleeve opening. I'll mark 1 inch. So now you can see me blending up my 1 inch, just mark it around. So now this is where the pocket is. So this is the starting point of our pocket. From the starting point of the pocket, I will go down by 1/2 inch. Okay, can you see? Just go down by 1/2 inch and then take it round the pocket like this. And you see that I left the pocket opening. I left it open, right? So now at the end of the pocket here, at this point, then also go up by 1/2 inch from the end of the pocket and then continue with your 1 inch all the way down. So just watch carefully what I have here. You can see, take the curve and then go around this way. So leave your pocket opening. If you close the pocket, that means it was just a waste of time marking the pocket. So this is it. I'm done shaping the two sides. This is what it looks like at the back. So let me turn it over for us to see what it looks like in front. And you see, these are belt in front, so the pocket opening, we can access the pocket. And here we are, the sleeve opening, everything is beautiful. So the next thing to do now is to attach the down part, the gathers that's going to be at the down part. So already, remember I told us that the down part of our Ankara, I was going to use it for the gathers. So this is going to make up the full length of the gown, which is 39 inches. Already I have 28 inches here. That's excluding the 1/2 inch, which is the sewing allowance. So that means we are looking for extra 11 inches. So I have already hemmed this Ankara fabric. So I added my hemming allowance. So that means I cut 12.5 in total. So I hemmed with 1 inch and then 1/2 inches for joining it to the down part of this outfit. So the next thing to do is to measure what you have at the down part of the gown so that you can gather your Ankara to fit into that measurement we have at the down part. So here at the down part, I have 52 inches. I have 26 in front, 26 at the back. So that's 52 inches. So my Ankara fabric, I gathered it to 54 because I'll be using 1 inch on both sides to join them together. So I'll close up the center, that's this opening of the Ankara, by 1 inch, and that's exactly what I have done. You can see I stitched it by 1 inch and I went ahead to weave it. So now I'm going to wear it over the upper part. Okay, so now open it up like this, place it right side facing right side of the Ankara, place them this way, and you see what I just did. So the side where I joined the gathers together, I'm just going to make sure that it aligns with the side stitch of the upper bodies. So you don't want to take it to the back. Remember, the back does not have any joining at the center back. So just take it to one side of the, that's one of the sides, whether the left or the right, anyone you decide is fine. Okay, so now after pinning it to align, I'm going ahead to pin the gathers to the down part of the bubu, that's the upper part, right? So I'm pinning it on 1/2 inch. So I'll take this to my sewing machine and stitch it round on 1/2 inch. Okay, stitch it round like this. So that means I'm stitching in a circular motion or a circular form. So I'll stitch it round on 1/2 inch. I'll go ahead and weave it. Then after weaving it, I'll bring it for us to see the final outcome. Okay, so I'm done stitching the down part and our gown is ready. So I'm going to give this a very, very beautiful press and then take off the label, then wear this on the mannequin so that we can see what it looks like. This is really beautiful. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you have learned a thing or two. If you did, please make sure to like this video first, share this video with your friends, leave a nice comment in the comment section, and please, please, please do not forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. Thank you so much for watching this video. And here is the final outcome on the mannequin. Can you see I tied the belt at the back? Can see how fitted it is at the back. So imagine what it will look like on a human. It fits the mannequin this much. And here we have our pockets. So you can tie your belt and still access your pockets in front. This is very beautiful. The combination is just so perfect. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in my next video. Bye.